start out by showing first our website because I want to get everybody to be sure that they can find all of the data that we have. So when you go to wheat.usu.edu, which is up here at the top, the first thing you'll see is the small grain yield trials. If you come to these trials right now, you're just going to see trials that we've put up as quickly as we can after harvest. So right now that's just the irrigated barley here in Logan. And we take a look at that. We'll see our most recent barley release, which is 10201. It's in here a couple of times. It ranked as the 7th and the 17th entry. Our yields this year were exceptionally good, and we had really very little in the way of lodging. And so we're pretty happy with the trial. Our coefficient of variability was about 8%. I like to see that below 10%. So we're in pretty good shape there. Strider has been a really good variety. We look at the 4-year average for Strider. It's up there toward the top, but the 4-year average of our 10201 is the second highest that we see here. If you want to see dryland stuff from Blue Creek, then we need to go back and we need to go to the all years, back to all trials, and then back to previous years, and then go to 2019. And from there we can go to dryland wheat, and we can look at the 6 nursery average, which last year, because I was on sabbatical, was really only a 3 nursery average. Our Pocatello Valley nursery with Reed Stokes was not harvested, and we didn't have a nursery in Monticello or Nephi. We look at our entries from last year, and you can see these on the website. Brawl CL Plus, which is a 2-gene Clearfield variety out of Colorado, is one of the top yielding, is the top yielding name variety. I don't think it will be this year because it has received natural infections of dwarf bunt at Blue Creek already. And then UI Silver is a pretty good variety. So that's out of University of Idaho. Avery is another one out of Colorado. Promontory, of course, a Utah variety. Lucent CL is our 1-gene Clearfield. And from this point, we will put new tables up as soon as we get things harvested and get statistics run on those. So now what I want to do is take a drone tour of the plots at Blue Creek. This was about a month ago. And we can see that we have some winter barley trials here. Dryland winter barley, I'm not thrilled with those. They were pretty low to the ground. I'm not sure how well they'll be to harvest. I'm going to pause it right. Oops, I'm going to back it up a little bit. Right here. This variety right here, this is our new 2-gene Clearfield variety. It's 10926-1. We've done a number of years of trials with it, but we haven't had it in our Blue Creek nursery or our county nurseries. So this year it's in both of those, and we'll get a better idea of the yield potential for that. Right now, this variety is in negotiation with Nutrien, who recently bought Northern Seed out of Bozeman for an exclusive license for that variety. That's about all I can say on it because they don't tell me anything. So I don't know where our commercialization office is with that right now. But it looks pretty good at Blue Creek, so we're pretty pleased at the way it's looking. Just a quick overview of the plots there at Blue Creek. You can see the winter barleys to the right. Again, I'm not pleased with how low they are. And the stands this year, we had a little bit of winter kill on the winter barley, but overall the winter wheat looks good. We have good stands, pretty uniform. We'll likely be harvesting these plots in the next week or so. And so we'll get that data up on the website as quickly as possible. I'm going to jump here to about 3 minutes if I can. Just a quick view of the overall Blue Creek farm. You can see some of the areas that Grant was talking about, where some of those trials are. Then we're going to jump after this to the dwarf bunt nursery in Logan, because that's one of the main emphases of my program, is maintaining resistance to dwarf bunt and common bunt. And so we should jump to that pretty quickly here. Let's see if we got the sound. This is Utah State University's dwarf bunt nursery. We have 2 susceptible Czech varieties that go all the way down on both sides, and then also those same 2 at the front and back. We use these susceptible Czech varieties to collect smut spores in order to inoculate the next year's nursery. So we'll be collecting these smutted heads later in the season, and we'll grind them and sieve them to get several kilograms of pure spores. We inoculate with about 1 gram of spores for one of these rows. Each one of these rows is something different. These 4 rows going all the way down the field are a BT12 recombinant inbred population. We're trying to track down where that gene may be. And here we can see the difference between, this is Wanzer, one of the susceptible Czechs. And Wanzer here is about 80 to 90% infected. And then right next to it is one of our head rows. So this would have been selected last year. Each one of these rows would have been selected as a single head and then threshed. And you can see the infection rate on these is very low, less than usually 2%. And we will evaluate these for agronomic characteristics and for resistance to dwarf bunt. So I'm just going to kind of walk through the nursery. At the far end of the nursery, Dr. Jinli Chen from University of Idaho has a lot of material. Dr. Juliet Marshall from University of Idaho has a lot of material. But most of the material in here is our own head rows. And we also evaluate regional nurseries from the Midwest and the Pacific Northwest. Here's the other 2 susceptible Czech lines that we will be collecting spores from. Okay, let's see if I can get it to stop sharing. Well, I'm stuck with sharing. I don't know how to get out of that. Oh, here we go. Maybe I can stop sharing. There we go. That's better. So that's really about all I had.